I love these streams. And it sounds like it's starting. Oh, baby. No more words. No more words.
Oh,
Did you see those?
Have we started?
You see those comments?
hey guys.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Belfast Street.
The shirt, the Care Moran shirt.
I got a script. I got everything. You also got a script.
We're doing an update.
We're doing an update.
Yes, we are.
We're doing an update
This week. Yes.
this week.
On Thursday. Yeah, is the plan right now?
Thursday.
Exactly.
Oh, man, that's podcast day. What?
Heard it here first.
Okay.
There we go. So we have 2 trees for each season.
All right.
Yes, one that focuses on the borders. So
Which is
completing the
this
whole
one?
tree gives you the full complete border. And throughout the tree, there will be a few other versions of the border you can get, getting progressively more detailed. So these should, add a little bit of fun.
Oh, what happened here? Is this my fault? I'm crashing. Am I rip? Okay. Let's, well, they'll fix it then. I'm sure they will fix it. Okay, it's still offline, guys. It is, oh man, what a cliffhanger. What a cliffhanger. Really, but they were just about to explain oh, here they come back. Did they even know they've been offline?
Okay, I just got info that we're back and everything should be working pretty well. So if you can hear us,
Strategies here. So
I don't know what's going on.
So with neutrals, the biggest changes are to shoot Hunter, and of course our favorite artifacts, which are the spear and the shield.
And the tainted elf. No, okay, the shield.
Yeah.
So, this will limit a bit the ability for this artifact to ever get out of control.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this will bring this artifact.
Ooh,
in
man,
line
I think they could probably give it a
cycle of hate for this particular card.
Yeah, I know everybody has been very vocal about artifacts and that the changes, have been happening, but you felt like there's still room for improvement.
Wow, you
we're
can use
doing.
it 4 times.
So we have the spear.
Important to note that the spears will no longer be able to target allies. That was a bug, and that's also been solved.
That's also in the fixes.
Wow,
so,
7 though.
Of course, you'll have detailed patch notes on
7 is
playgame.com in the news
a
section,
little
so
like
don't worry about
you're
that.
not gonna play that card, right? Is it just
also
deceptive? How many times the
showcase
spears
the
usually get
shield.
used? I mean, 4 times in like 3
real
turns
quick.
Just
usually.
real quick.
It's the same change. Yeah.
Same change.
It's the
Wow.
flip side of the spear.
Gotta say, this one doesn't feel so
let
great.
people take screenshots, post it on Reddit.
Right.
Let them have fun. Let them have fun.
It's much lower provision
Hey,
than the
it's
Commander's
like-
Horn, but it's essentially the same thing.
This is like
Hopefully this
old
will make
Thunderbolt
the card a bit
Potion.
more interesting and enter the meta again in a different way than before.
Yeah.
He will now deploy boost all units in the hand by 1 instead of between
this
a
is
value by
for
1
Hunter.
and 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is for Hunter. So he'll be a little less random and more consistent there. And his other Hunter ability will now, instead of, I think it's the one that deals 9 damage, will now deal...
damage 3 random enemies by 3.
It'll do 3 random enemies by 3.
People mentioned
So these
it,
are some
yeah.
very, very, very
Totally-
light
totally
nerfs
aware
to
of that.
shoot.
Yeah, you did. So moving
I
on
think
to
the Chief's
monsters,
probably still
I don't
playable.
wanna-
Probably
actually,
still
let's start
pretty
with the goal,
playable.
even though
It's just
not
you can't
first
kill
on this
2
list.
engines in 9. You
But,
can't have that
this was
crazy.
suggested by a few people, and we
9
really agreed
damage
with it.
turn.
The power potential for Ghoul was just too high with his ability to consume a 13.
Ah,
power
yes,
card
this is
with
what I
a
thought, and this
higher
I like what they
provision.
did
So now
here.
Ghoul has been
They brought the
down in
Ghoul
provisions
down.
and will now only consume bronze units. So we've changed its power from 1 to 2, but we've removed Thrive from him because it was just too much to turn him into an engine on top of the 4 points of value.
I
that he
think
was
that's.
given.
Like,
was
I
basically
think.
an easy
How can you say that
5.1
Arcus
plus
War was
Thrive
not
for
ultra
4
strong?
positions.
Like,
Just didn't make
I
sense.
didn't even bother
Or we added
killing
Thrive
these
to Wyvern,
things.
for example.
Yeah, but we did want to like start.
Puts your
removing
opponent in
Thrive
such a
from
shitty
generally
position.
monsters, so it gets almost every matchup. So we've decided to give her a little bit of love, as the provision change did not fix that, sadly. Now she will have a new order of 3 charges where she can spawn.
This
an
is
Arcus
so
drone and send it
good.
on a
This is
specific row.
such a good change. I
We're
didn't think
hoping
they were going
this
to do it.
active will definitely help her
This
be
is
more
so
consistent as she
good.
plays, as she'll be able to, for example, Goylet will now summon the highest enemy unit rather than the lowest one.
That's so bad.
I like to
Woo!
play Unseen Elder.
I don't know why they didn't just
We'll
give him back
see
his
how
old
that plays
ability,
out.
where he just
I
got
don't think his
extra
Death
damage.
Wish was giving that much. Otherwise, we've done a few little provision cost
just a
changes
nerf.
in monsters, but that's about it.
Spirit Tip was.
So it's just some
Arcus Nest,
small.
provision
Yeah, Spirit Tip
cost
was
change from
pretty-
5 to 4. We have
Yeah.
a
Spirit Tip was
synchronization
like one of the
power
best cards
change
in the
from
game. Like
3
one of the
to
best
2,
cards in the
and
game.
Fogless provision cost change from 5
An
2,
unconditional
4.
13
That
points
was a
that you can
quick
play like
round
again
up.
later.
And there's monsters. Moving on.
That's good. Those are some fairly light nerfs.
Skellige.
For
I think
Skellige's
that's
cool.
not going to
So
stop
generally,
monsters from being
Skellige is
good.
about, but she will have one less charge.
Yo,
so
that's
she won't
good.
be
You
able
can
to
use it right
discard
away.
As much as before.
From 3 to 2.
Yeah, so she's
Player
a bit more
for
consistent,
4,
but
plus if you're playing
because
her
of the
for-
zeal,
with
but she
Bran.
doesn't actually discard as much as before.
Yeah.
2, 3,
And
4, 5,
Duran
6,
also
7,
is
8,
too much
9,
of an
10
auto
pointer.
include for
That's a
Skellige.
sick card right
So
there.
we are now changing him to only discard
Don't
one
like
card.
this guy.
Move
I
a
don't like this
card.
You don't like him?
I don't like
And his power has been buffed from 2 to 4, and his provision cost has been lowered from 8 to 7. So he still does what he does, but much less.
Skellige fans can tell me if
impactful
that's
than
good or
good.
not. It seems like he's fine. I think that seems
It
fine.
was almost a little bit too much easy to include. In
He's
his
still a
team.
9-point play with Morkvarg in the deck.
Yeah.
He still
played
puts
against him.
Ceres in the graveyard. Like, what's wrong with that?
We'll see. Have a bit more value.
She's like Wolf with upside.
No, I think is a slightly bit more includable in decks. But
This
we'll see.
buff,
It's still
this
four
is a
provisions to remove,
crazy
but
good card now.
The damage is actually kind of nice. You can do-
Axeman?
Yeah, let's move on to the Axeman.
Axeman.
Axeman. What was wrong with Axeman? Axeman was kind of cool.
So Turisman Axeman's power is being changed from
Oh,
2 to
it's
3, getting a slight
getting
little
buffed.
buff.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's still a 4 provision cost for 3 that can destroy.
I think
an
Darren
enemy,
is. I think Darren at 7 with a
usually
4-point body is
Spirit
fine.
Template's
I think that's.
power,
I
yeah.
think you guys are
That's pretty
underrated.
lowering his provision cost by 1.
Yeah, Vadbjorn was a card that just
Simple.
never felt worth it.
Might be a bit more.
Den Sorcerer.
Damn sorcerers, take that
Let's
reach
do it.
away.
Let's
Take that
find
reach
this lady.
away.
There we go. There we go. Reach change from 1 to 2. Simple as that.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just a slightly bit
Better
more
targeting.
reach.
Thank
Pretty
you.
much. More
Thank you.
Which will be a
Unnerf
bit
it.
more,
Unnerf it. That's
less
what I
easy
was
to play
saying.
playing everything else.
Yo, this card is so good.
So reinforcements, the change right here is now will spawn and play a base copy of a bronze.
They're
ally
making.
unit rather
Oh
than spawn and
man,
summon.
old school
So
full
spawn and
test
play
is
instead
coming
of spawn
back.
and summon.
Huge bird.
Huge bird.
It's
is
like
bird.
probably
Getting nerfed
totally.
to oblivion.
Yeah.
No panic.
A little bit.
That
of
is a- that is a-
changing,
that is a
you know,
ni-
I mean, there's a few
Team
other,
nerf.
a few other full
but
patch notes will come
the
soon.
patch notes
Soon,
will
like
be
soon,
on
soon?
the
Like
website.
now?
Come the. But in,
Yeah,
in
there's
the
there's some
professional.
there's tons
So
of behind the
Malcolm
scenes buffs and nerfs. I'm
Horn.
sure.
Let's start with this one.
Malcolm Horn.
We'll now have an additional ability on order boost
Oh,
adjacent units.
buffing
by
traps. I
3.
see.
So if your opponent
Today,
Eldane's
he is so much fun. So
Getting buffed within a
a
month.
few ranks with him.
the
Actually.
guys just give him, the guys just gave him additional charge.
So
Having
you can
charges was
send
not
extra
his
3-point
problem,
value
though,
if you have
wasn't
the
it?
traps for
Yeah.
Melee, but forgot about the dwarf.
You know,
Yes.
this is
Yeah,
actually a
or,
serious buff
You know,
to dwarves.
There's so many good dwarfs on range.
Yes.
And you're
Yes.
like forced to put
Yes.
them on melee to just
Everything
have
he's
that
saying,
little
everything
bit
he's
of
saying.
Brilliant dwarf. It's just it's
The melee restriction on this card was just fuck. It was just
Yeah.
Exactly.
just pointless.
He's exactly right because there are some cards that were just bad because
It
you
was
knew
simple,
where
it
dwarves
was
were going to
what we
be and they
needed.
just would never be good.
Thank you, Ostra and team.
Makes
Power
it a bit
change from
easier
2
to,
to 3.
you know,
He's a 3 instead of a 2.
So
burn
now if you're
higher power units.
Exactly. Exactly.
And there we go.
Yeah.
All right, let's move
I
on
mean,
to Nilfgaard.
you could actually
mighty
play it into
Empire of
Witchers. You play it into Witchers.
Nilfgaard, I just want to start by saying
In
it's
time, but now
So
we're
wait, so
going
if
in
you
again,
play him,
we're
so
doing
it's like,
some low value
so
stuff.
Nilfgaard has a
So now
Crohn's
he actually synergizes
type
with his
situations.
buddies,
Okay, so
Ox
every
and Seret.
faction needs
If
something like
Ox is in
this.
your hand, he will lock. If Seret is in your hand, he will also damage 3. Meaning he can do both. If both
It could
are
it could have been
same.
Bloody Baron, Lubric, and
Fire
Botchling.
Factor, I think so.
Oh, it sounds right.
Sounds legit to me.
politics.
So he will now be boost an enemy by 2, then damage it by 4, and his power will be changed from 6 to 5.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye. Have a great night,
Been
day,
fun.
whatever you are.
Nice, 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 nice. I mean, we want to dissect this, right? Let me get some music back on, my friends. Get some music back on. Ah, yes, King Bran's Final Voyage. The new Spotify, the new Witcher, this Witcher 3 Live. This is amazing. I didn't know this existed. The seasonal brawl is an interesting idea. I am slightly disappointed that the seasonal, like the borders, this is probably just because what I'm used to. It's only cosmetic stuff, which is fine. I guess I just thought maybe they could have done more competitive stuff. But I think if they want to embrace the reward book and what it's really good at, this is the right way to do it. There's still a lot of rewards. There's still a lot of rewards for ranked play too. The titles are still there for ranked play. He messes over it for just such a there it is. All right, so the unrelenting she bears. So this is going to be the seasonal brawl. So all month long, this is going to be going on, all season long, I guess we could say. these games that you would play in this seasonal fun mode would be like this Thronebreaker puzzle, sort of. Like there would always be this piece to it that you'd be building around and playing with. So you're building around it as well. This makes all sorts of different leaders viable. This makes all sorts of different cards viable. I haven't even read the ability of the cards. There's a lot happening on this card. Usually when you have a game of Gwent, you don't see every card, but you're going to more likely see those cards, and you have cards that are going to actively help you get those cards. So an Alzur's Thunder draws you a card. That is already that's like the first thing that I could think of, and it's a huge thing, right? Alzur's Thunder, draw a card, because you kill your opponent's bear and you draw a card. It is a cantrip. That's like an unknown concept in Gwent. It's really cool. There's going to be a lot of exploration around this. So like, also the bear is always doing damage to the other bears, so your opponent always has a wounded unit on the board. That's like something that's always actively happening. There's always this centerpiece that you're playing around. There's a board state that is absolutely constant at all times. And I think that this is not gimmicky enough that this will actually be a really interesting mode to play in. The universal aspects to it are remove this card for a bonus, and that bonus is card draw, and that matters to everybody. And the removal options are relevant to all factions. Protecting your bear, every faction's going to have something that can do that. This is basically a separate meta every time. If they can make every seasonal challenge this interesting, you're always going to have just a different meta. So I guess in lieu of having different formats in Gwent, I mean, we do have Arena, yes, but we don't have like a wild mode. We don't have a legacy format or a modern format because there's not a lot of cards. Why would we? But when you have other formats like that, you have other metas completely. You know, a modern format in MTG is a totally different format. It's a faster format, that stuff. But the fact that it's universal to every possible deck, and every deck would have a deck that they could build around this, actually will create a different meta and gameplay meta in this world here. Yes. Oh man, this screen, this still right here. This still right here is. So they took Thrive off, right?
So it's just been moved.
It's been moved.
Yeah. And we decided to add it back to Worgen.
Add it back to. It sounds like he says Morvran.
Or we thought we'd give it to something else, and we decided to add it back to Worgen.
Has this been cracked? Has the case been cracked yet?
But we added Thrive to Wyvern.
Added Thrive to Wyvern. Berja says it. Okay.